Pride pregame continuing as we get you set for the first of two soccer games today. And of course, it starts with men's soccer. And I'm joined now by the head coach of the men's soccer team, Jake Weinshank. Coach, very successful weekend for you guys against Mid-Atlantic Christian. Tell me a little bit about what you saw.
Yeah, long trip for the guys on a non-conference game as we played a lot of games back to back. So I thought the guys handled it really well, professionally, went out there and took care of business.
First time Greensboro has reached double digits in goals since 2017 and 11-2 victory. I think one of the things that, and I didn't get to watch the game, I'll preface it by saying that, one of the things that I saw from the stat sheet, it looked like everybody got involved offensively, and that had to be good for you guys.
Yeah, it was certainly a point of emphasis for us, just getting more guys on the stat sheet and involved. Great job by our central midfielders to crash the goal. Good job by our wings to get in and around the box. So I thought the guys did a good job being aggressive and getting those goal opportunities.
I'm sure that it had to feel good from a confidence standpoint, bouncing back from last Wednesday. Talk a little bit about kind of the mindset now heading into tonight's game.
Yeah, last Wednesday was a frustrating one. As we had a lot of opportunities in front of net, and we just weren't able to finish those. And yeah, it was a bounce back. This game coming in, we're still trying to get stronger for conference right now and build on ourselves as a group and improve in some areas. So I think just another opportunity tonight to improve and grow.
Tell us a little bit about what we're going to see from Columbia.
Honestly, I'm not sure. I haven't been able to find any film. I scoured the internet, so this one will be a little bit going in. We're trying to take care of the things that we do well and execute our system.
You know, I harken back to an old interview I saw with former football coach, the late Mike Leach, and they were asking him, just based purely off of mascots, who would win in that one. I think lions defeat koalas almost 100% of the time, right?
Yeah, you would think so. From what I've heard, koalas are pretty hardy, though, and being up in the trees might be difficult.
All right, Coach, last question here for you. Keys to the game tonight, what do you want to see from your group?
Yeah, I just want to see us continue to execute our system. Like I said, we don't know a ton about the opponent, so I just want to see the guys grow, execute the system, and hopefully come out with a win.
Coach, thank you so much. Best of luck tonight.
Appreciate it.
Getting ready to get this one underway here from Pride Field. It's Greensboro College men's soccer next on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Awesome. Thanks, sir.
Yep, thanks so much.
And we continue to get you ready for Greensboro College men's soccer tonight. They take on Columbia. That's Columbia of South Carolina, coming off of an 11-2 victory over Mid-Atlantic Christian this past Saturday, marking the first time since defeating Regent 16-0 on September 2nd, 2017, that they reached double figures in a contest. And perhaps more importantly, because obviously you didn't need every one of those 11 goals on Saturday, it snaps a streak of being shut out in back-to-back games, a 2-0 loss against Averett, and prior to that, the 0-0 tie against Berry a week, actually 10 days ago on September the 7th. So that is the backdrop for which we set things up here today. One of 4 games involving USA South teams this afternoon. Southern Virginia and Johnston and Wales have just gotten underway in their contest. We'll get you a score update on that one. Also later this afternoon, Shaw and Methodist beginning in about a half hour. Randolph and Pfeiffer begin at 6. Halfway through half number 1, no score between Johnston and Wales and SVU. 1 shot per side. SVU's was on goal. Johnston and Wales was not. So Columbia 2-1-1. They are 1-1-1 in the AAC. Greensboro 3-1-2 coming into today's game. And again, we mentioned with a modest, if you call it streak, or modest 1-1 in a row, looking to begin a streak today. Logan Kuhn, the head coach for Columbia, 7-10-4, his career mark after going 5-9-3 last year as the interim, had the interim tag removed prior to the 2025 season. Getting ready to get things going here. Players Still warming up a little bit on each side. We're waiting on the officials. That's what it was. One of them still walking over to his car. So we're going to have a little bit of a delay here. Nothing more than a couple minutes this afternoon. We'll go ahead and tell you your game time weather. It is 76 degrees, and thankfully, at least for us and our cameras, it is cloudy today, meaning we're not going to have to deal with the glare of a sunset, as beautiful as they are. I don't think that's going to be much of an issue today. We'll drop to about 74 degrees by the end of the match, and then we'll get set for women's soccer immediately after as they take on rival Guilford. That'll be a separate stream, so if you're wanting to stay for that, just close out of your window and then tune in for the women's soccer. Also, volleyball will be in action today. Zach Burhan's on the call beginning at 7 o'clock, just behind us in the Haynes Gym. They continue their conference slate, taking on Methodist today. They are 5-2, looking to bounce back after 2 losses this past Saturday against a tough Lynchburg team and a tough Bridgewater team. So that's also coming up this afternoon. Also coming up later this weekend on Saturday, a really exciting day of football. We're going to be on the road with the football team at Davidson. They take on an FCS opponent. It'll be the second ever matchup between the Pride and the Wildcats. Davidson won back in 2005. The game will be broadcast on ESPN Plus if you're wanting to watch. If you need a listening option, we will be providing an audio call on our YouTube channel. So we certainly hope one way or another you will be supporting your green and white this Saturday. As we're getting set here for starting lineups shortly and coin toss and all the good stuff that happens here prior to getting this game underway. We'll take one last quick swing around what else has gone on and what else is going on. Golf participated in the Gate City Invitational this past week. They finished in 17th position in their event. Also on Saturday, I know there's some other road events outside of football on Saturday. Both men's and women's soccer on the road. Men's soccer at LaGrange, women's soccer is at Regent, and women's volleyball will be taking on Meredith and Raleigh on Saturday. That's a 1 o'clock start as their conference slate continues. So again, as we get set here, looks like the issue or what we're waiting on is official number 3. So we see 2 of them here waiting on the third one. Question is, are they here? Are they waiting on him to arrive? We don't know. So, yeah, a little bit of a delay here as I think they're going to elect to just go with just 2 to start with. So they're going to go ahead and start introducing the starting lineups and getting ready for the national anthem as well. So we will get ready to step aside one final time. But before we do, again, we'll take a look at a couple of players to watch here for Greensboro College. Obviously, you think about who had a big game against Mid-Atlantic Christian, and the first name that comes to mind is Calais Hermanson, who picked up not only his first career goal, but a hat trick as well against the Mustangs. And Hermanson now on the year, 3 goals, 4 assists in 6 games played. And Sergio Garcia Barrios also notched a hat trick for Greensboro, giving him now 5 goals on the season. That is a team high this year. 4 goals for Jay Diana, 3 for Hermanson and Gustav Oman. Jalen King is 2, and 1 each for Axel Garcia Avila, Max Hall, Eddie Hemington, Xavier Mendoza, and Ori Edry both scored their first goals of the year this past weekend, and Tyler Gazanfari with a goal as well. Assist leader Jalen King has 4. Leader in points Sergio Garcia Barrios with 11. In goal today is going to be Alvaro Hermosa, .68, the goals against average, an 88 save percentage. He's made 22 saves this year. For the Koalas of Columbia, leading goal scorer this year. Two of them both for Angel Andrichetti and Jacob Medeiros. Leading assists, Medeiros and Marco Novellino, Matthias Dennis both with 1. Leading point scorer is Medeiros with 5. Matthias Graveson, the goalkeeper, 1.25 goals against average and a 72.2 save percentage. Well, that'll get us set here for today's game. We will step aside when we come back. It's the Pride, it's the Koalas, and it's next on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Greensboro College looking to make it 2 in a row here, which would be the first time this year they have won back-to-back contests. Good afternoon, everyone. Kendrick Fruits here with you from Pride Field in Greensboro, North Carolina. Why don't we take a look at today's starting lineups? First off, for the visiting Koalas of Columbia, Huff is in goal today. Guadagno, Smith, Correa, Abril, Andrusetti, Hernandez, Madrid, Medeiros, Michael, and Dennis, the starting lineup there. As for Greensboro, fairly similar to what we have seen all year. Hermosa in goal, Stupurik, Dros, and Elkovas, your defenders. Hermanson, Hemington getting his first start today. Medina, Beltran, Omen, Nagash, Garcia, Barrios, and Diana, your starters for the Pride. Greensboro wearing the all-white today with the green numbering and the green trim. It will be purple jerseys, black shorts for the Koalas, and the officials are talking to the head coaches right now. Again, we are down an official right now, as in he's not shown up and we have not seen him. So that is the reason for our delay here. I think they're explaining what a 2-official crew would look like. In the event that we have to go that direction, because I guess you can't really delay the game until they get here, depending on how far away they are. So obviously, yeah, there's still a second game to be played this afternoon, so bit of an interesting situation. Always something unusual here in Division III athletics. Well, I think we're trying to get some sort of explanation. So we've been told that we are waiting on the third. So kind of a tough situation for the teams here as we're kind of waiting on
Just an update, fans. We are in a delay. We will get started here as soon as possible. Hang with us. And also reminder, fans, that tonight
a tough spot for some of the players here. You know, you kind of spend your day getting prepped and ready to go, and now you got to sit here and wait a little bit. So kind of a tough spot for some of these guys as still trying to stay loose on the sidelines, and Greensboro's starters in a huddle around the center of the pitch right now. So, yeah, just playing the waiting game right now. We will step aside here for a moment as, again, we're continuing to wait on the third official. We have yet to get this one underway, Greensboro and Columbia on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Every college athlete has a story to tell, and at Greensboro College, we believe no one is better equipped to tell those stories than the athletes themselves. On the Getting to Know podcast, you'll hear the who, what, when, where, why, and how of each college athlete's journey to Greensboro and how they became a member of the Pride. We talk on and off the field, influences, hobbies, goals, and what it means to be a member of the Pride. It's all on the Getting to Know podcast on Spotify and YouTube.
You know, I just really felt like I was a person, you know, and they really cared about you, not only as like an athlete, but, you know, as an individual as well. And so that was one of the things that like led me here, honestly.
The Getting to Know podcast from Greensboro College Athletics. We are one Pride, and these are our stories. So we are just a couple moments away from getting this one started. What it's going to look like, at least here at the beginning, we are going to begin with a two-person crew, and then when the third umpire or third ref gets here, rather, we will make the adjustments needed and go to a three-person. So a lot more ground for everybody to cover here to start with a two-person crew. So hopefully this delay about to get started. Yep, Greensboro now running out to the pitch, and I think we are moments away. I say I think. I thought we were earlier. We appreciate you bearing with us here during this delay. We're trying to get a hold of the third referee, which I have been told they have been able to do, but I know nothing further about the extent of that conversation. So Greensboro again, 3-1-2 on the year. 8 goals against Carolina Christian, 11 against Mid-Atlantic Christian, and then a couple of twos, and then 2 times being shut out. So Greensboro ready to go. The Koalas are still warming up on the side. And now I think they're heading out to their respective positions as well. Greensboro will begin with possession. So, under cloudy skies and confusion and the curious case of the missing official, not exactly the greatest title for a mystery. Foul? Question mark. There we go. That's our working title for the mystery novel, The Case of the Missing Official. We are ready to get things going now as Columbia has taken the pitch in their respective positions. Greensboro has as well, and Juan Medina Beltran ready to get this one underway. Kale Hermanson on his first touch of the afternoon. Long feed down the other way. Eddie Hemmington making his first start. And Gustav Oman knocks it out of bounds. So we're beginning about 17 minutes, 18 minutes behind schedule. And throwing it in will be Columbia. Long feed up ahead down the far sideline, battling for possession again, goes out of bounds. Again, we mentioned Columbia purple jerseys, the black shorts. Greensboro in all white with the blue, with the green trim and numbering. White numbering for the Koalas. Columbia 2-1-1, coming off of a 5-win season last year. Feed up ahead to the right of the net. Hermosa with that one. Hermosa barking out the signals here. And he will feed this across the center line. Header missed by Diana, but instead it's going to be taken by Correa. Now a battle between Dennis and Nagash. And it'll be a free kick for Kale Hermanson. Well, if you're just now tuning in, you haven't missed much. We started 17 minutes late, so we're not even 2 minutes into the game. Free kick here for Hermanson, just shy of the center line. He sends a low liner headed away from Medina Beltran. It's going to come back out to Dennis. Little feather pass, almost turned aside. With it now is Abril, who sends this one a little further back to Correa, now to Dennis on the near boundary. Pass up ahead to Andrusetti. Now Madrid back to Correa. A lot of quick touches here for Columbia. This one overran by Elkabus and a whistle. It'll be Greensboro ball. I believe that one will be an offsides. 42 minutes to go first half. That one sent all the way back to Alvaro Hermosa, who scoots this up ahead to Diana. Now to Medina Beltran. Omen on the far wing pushes this one up ahead to Elkabus. Elkabus, nice pass behind him to Omen. Now to Elkabus, left-hand side. Sends this one on the ground, was trying to send it into the box, but didn't get a whole lot on it. It was a turnover. Hemington fighting for it with the header. He settles it for a moment now to Medina Beltran. Now a turnover. Stepurik with it now to Elkabus, who goes down. Taken away by the Koalas. Here comes Columbia racing into their offensive third. Battling for possession to the right of the box. Medeiros over there. Back to Elkabus now. Elkabus being worked on by Medeiros, and he is forced down to the ground, and the ball goes out of bounds. Will be a free kick for the Pride on the foul. Stepurik to get this one going. Long feed up ahead, headed away by Columbia. Diana trying to send it to Garcia Barrios. Nice return back to Jay. Diana shot, oh, and a save. Nathan Huff, the senior, transfer from Seton Hall, makes a big save on an early opportunity from Jay Diana. Was trying to just squeak that in under the top crossbar.
14 on the corner.
It'll be a corner opportunity here for Garcia Barrios. Service into the box, headed by Omen, score! Gustav Omen with the header. Greensboro picking up right where they left off on Saturday.
28-14.
So Garcia Barrios the assist. That'll be his second of 2025. And Gustav Omen with his fourth goal of the year.
Goal by number 28, Gustav Omen.
1-0 Pride. Coming up on 40 minutes to go in the first. Well, Greensboro stopping a skid in which they've struggled to score here at home. Gustav Omen ends that. This one sent high up towards Hemington, tried to settle it, but instead it's a turnover. Correa now tries to send this down the near side boundary, looking for Madrid, but it's going to be taken away by Stepurik. Check that, that's by Drost down there. Drost sends this one up ahead where it's Karam to Hemington. Now to Drost, sends this up ahead to Medina Beltran. He tries to settle, working through a couple defenders. Nice job keeping possession. Back to Hermanson now. Kale Hermanson works to his left, crosses the center line, sends it to Elkabus on the far boundary. Now to Omen. Omen back to Hermanson. Hermanson wanting to send it back to Omen. He's gone, but Elkabus was there to maintain possession. Stepurik to Drost. Drost up ahead to Garcia Barrios. One touch pass to Nagash. Sends this one to Stepurik in the middle. And a longer feed up ahead. Was looking for Garcia Barrios. Here's a chip in on Huff. This one could be trouble. Score! An own goal for Columbia. Greensboro takes a 2-0 lead on a mistake by Correa. Luis Correa tried to touch it back to Nathan Huff, and it goes in. So we'll see who the last was to touch that. So Greensboro, 2 early goals in the first 7 minutes. And here comes Columbia now with it. Long feed up ahead, headed by Nagash. Taken away by Correa. Teams alternating headers, it goes out of bounds. So an own goal makes it 2-0 Greensboro. Guadagno back to Huff. Battling for possession of the far side, Gustav Oman trips up over a defender who is now down on the far boundary. 2-0 Greensboro. Header by Oman and an own goal from Columbia. Greensboro has, we just kind of alluded to it right before the game started, a game with 8 goals, a game with 11, and then 2 2s and 2 0s. Kind of all over the place are the Pride this year. A little bit of a program update, obviously, for those of you who will be staying for the women's soccer game later. We anticipate a start time of approximately 7:20. Sent up ahead to Deanna. Here's an opportunity again. Deanna sends this one across to Huff. He goes out to get it and cuts it off before Gustav Oman can do further damage for the Pride. Long feed up ahead to Medeiros. Chips it ahead. Stepuric will watch it roll out of bounds. So Greensboro with a early commanding lead. Still a long ways to go and a lot of game to be played. But we've seen the success of this team when they've been able to jump out to an early lead. Hemmington heads this one away to Hermanson, sends a high pass towards the middle of the pitch, headed away by Guadagno. Long feed up ahead is intercepted again by Dros. Shorter pass to Garcia Barrios, sends this one to Medina Beltran. A long feed to the corner. Gustav Oman heads it but overruns it. Now has to try and track it back down. It's going to be turned over. One-touch passing for Greensboro in the midfield. Down goes Kale Hermanson. There's going to be a foul on Madrid. Coming up on 10 minutes deep. Long feed the other way to Elkabis. He'll settle. Elkabis, long feed in. Huff will come in and grab it. Greensboro with 3 early shots, all of them on goal. To the near boundary. Dennis, long feed up ahead to Stepuric. Tries to chest it. Loses it. Hermanson will go back and grab it. Hermosa, rather. Hermosa to Stepuric. Long feed up the far boundary, looking for Oman. It's going to be headed out of bounds by the Koalas. And Greensboro to throw in. Hemmington to Dros, goes over one defender. To Nagash now. Isak Nagash chips this one in towards the box, headed away. See if Greensboro can settle it. Garcia Barrios trying to, but it's going to be Correa with it. Correa sends this one high, sends it out of bounds, and it will remain Greensboro possession. Free kick coming for the Koalas. About ready to check in Jack Frost. Sent on up ahead and intercepted just past the center line. Stepurik looking for Hermanson, passes it instead to a purple jersey. Greensboro sending this one to the near boundary. Correa heads it and cannot cut off Garcia Barrios, though. Possession being fought for as we approach the offensive third for the Koalas, and going out of bounds. Nice side tackle, or slide tackle rather, by Nagash. And it will remain with the Koalas. Correa to throw in. Correa's throw in is headed. They continue to fight for possession on the near boundary to the left-hand side. Columbia working right to left across our screen. We've got a whistle here. Deanna down. It'll be a free kick for Greensboro. Hermanson sends it up ahead to Deanna. Deanna to Garcia Barrios on the near boundary. Sends it down the line. It will roll out of bounds. Substitution coming here for Columbia. Frost in. And Medeiros is coming out. Columbia to throw it in. Headed by Nagash. Correa with it, continuing to fight for possession on the near boundary. Hemington settles it for a moment. Sends this one out to Stepurik. Long feed to the far boundary to Omen. Had it for a moment, lost it. Greensboro tried to get it back. They don't. And sent in deep now by Columbia, where Hermosa will settle it. Stepurik to Omen, trying to work the far boundary. Omen's pass intercepted. Medina Beltran had it for a moment, lost it to Madrid. Long feed now from Gustav Omen to Sergio Garcia Barrios, back in front of the Columbia bench. They collide, ball out of bounds. It'll be Columbia's possession. Correa throws in, headed by Nagash to back to the center, near the center mark. Taken by Andresetti and sent further back to the back line. Huff getting it around Deanna. Now Omen trying to send this into the box. Omen with it. Pass to Garcia Barrios. Oh, intercepted. Stepping in front of that pass was Guadagno, and perhaps saving another goal by getting in the way of that passing lane. Now Columbia trying to work their way up. Michael rather with it. Now Greensboro takes it away. Elkabis keeps it in bounds, but only for a moment. His pass intended for Gustav Omen goes out of bounds. And a substitution here. This will be Noah Puntana. Greensboro possession on the far boundary on their own defensive third. Goes out of bounds. Greensboro throws it in. Gustav Omen, good job defensively by the Koalas. Defender over there practically doing the splits to send that one out of bounds. Didn't see a number on him. Let me rephrase. He has a number. I can see it on the back of his jersey. I cannot make out the number. Greensboro with it now. Their back line, Dross. Up ahead, looking for Hemington. It's taken away. Slide tackle by Nagash. It goes out of bounds. I think they're going to have a quick talk to Nagash here. It looked like he got all ball there. So it'll be a free kick here for the Koalas. Guadagno to do it. Sends this one high down the right-hand side, headed away by Greensboro for a moment. They're trying to clear. Instead, it goes back to the Koalas, tripped up there by Garcia Barrios. And Greensboro gets possession. They had it, they lost it. Andrusetti with it. Now it goes towards the far left corner. Long run for Dennis, keeps it from going out of bounds. Trying to work his way around Nagash. Good footwork there, but Isak Nagash will grab it and send it out of bounds. Throw in from Correa to Guadagno. Sent further back to the center line. That was Andrew Smith. Long feed to the far corner, Dennis. Check that near corner, rather. Nagash with it. They get around one. Quick touch pass to Garcia Barrios. Back to Nagash to Diana. And a late whistle. Right as Greensboro trying to work up the near sideline. Play stopped. And the officials got the ball. I think they're going to start possession right where it lies. And so Garcia Barrios sending this further back. And Greensboro resumes their possession. Long crossing pass here to Elkabis, who races past the center line. Has it taken away. That's Jack Frost. Jack Frost coming early to Greensboro this year. Not even Halloween yet. Elkabis going long, wide of the net. Garcia Barrios sends this one right back across the front of the box. It's turned away. Here's Diana with it. Omen trying to pick up the carom. It's blocked. Elkabis will fire wide. Pinballing at the front of the box, and Elkabis finally had a good look and just misfired.
Put one more shot for us. There was 2 shots there. There you go.
And now he is taking a seat, has Elkabis. Greensboro
Stop clock.
going to have to find, go take a look at him probably. He's grabbing at his knee. Normally not a good situation. There was no contact on the play. Planted and fired and then grabbed at his knee. He's gotten up already. But he's going to come out. It'll be Max Hall checking in.
In the game for Greensboro, number 26, Max Hall.
Elkabis walks out here. Gingerly, but not a real obvious sign of any sort of limp. We will keep an eye on that as the afternoon goes on, see if he is able to get back in the contest or not. Long feed up ahead. Settled by Stupurik, trying to go the other way. Short pass to Garcia Barrios. Back one touch to Hemington. Hemington's pass turned over and a trip in the middle. Down goes Garcia Barrios. It'll be a foul on Smith. Garcia Barrios long feed to Omen. Omen almost lost it on his one touch. Hall to Stupurik. Hall trying to get it to Omen. It goes out of bounds. Greensboro throws it in. Diana misses the header. Hermanson picks it up, though. Hermanson shot wide and high. As they say in NASCAR, high, wide, and handsome.
Just a bit outside.
So Greensboro now with 7 shots to 0. 25, coming up on 25-10 to play. I'll check that 6 to 0. Hermanson's was the 6th. Teams exchanging touches here in the middle. And here's a long feed up ahead taken by Stupuric. Stupuric gives it back to the Koalas. Hermanson playing some good defense there. To the near side now is Dennis. Dennis trying to work his way in on Nagash. Pass to the front of the box, turned aside by Hemington. Hemington to Nagash. Nagash working past his defender. And both teams now wanting a call. Neither team going to get it. Both teams asking for a whistle. Instead, it's going to be a Greensboro throw-in. Nagash, long feed up ahead. Puntana had a touch. Correa will kick it out of bounds off of Medina Beltran. Guadagno, wearing the captain band, will throw it in. And now we have another whistle. Up on the far side, offsides, I believe, the call. Still operating with 2 officials. There is a car pulling in now. Of course, who knows? Could be an official for the women's game still to come, or even a volleyball official. Who knows? Contact over there, Max Hall and his defender taken away by Hernandez. Garcia Barrios getting it past Correa, but the ball too far away for him to corral. Goes out of bounds. Correa will throw it in. Correa to Abril. Chips this one up ahead. Nagash settles it, and he gets a shoulder. Down he goes. So it'll be a free kick here. Dross rather will get this one started. Already the 5th foul on the Koalas. Dross sends this one in towards the front of the box. Deanna misses the header. Omen with it, though. Hemington settles it. Pass towards the end line. Deanna now fighting for it. It's going to go out of bounds off of a Koala, I believe. I checked, that was Hall over there. "22 minutes to go, first half. Hall's throw in, headed away. Greensboro tries to send it back to the front of the box. Here comes Hemington. Hemington pops this one towards the direction of the net, and a long clear by the Koalas. Dross trying to settle it. He does. Tips it off of a defender. Now off of Nagash. It'll be a throw in by Dennis. Correa to throw in. Headed by Nagash. Fighting for it is Frost. Now his teammate Andrusetti. Nagash tripped up. Andrusetti trying to work around Garcia Barrios. He does, and that's going to be cleared by Dross. Whistle on the near side, just past the Greensboro bench. And it'll be a foul against the Pride. Quintana service curling away in the right-hand side of the box, and it's going to be a foot race to get to the ball before it reaches the far boundary. Hemington does. Sends it back to Stupuric. Long feed up ahead, headed by Deanna, trying to send it Omen's direction, but it's going to be taken away by Correa. Nagash with it to Hermanson. Hermanson settles back to Nagash. Greensboro now starting to string a couple of passes together. Hermanson, long feed to the left. It was Hall. Hall had his pass turned aside. Goes back to Stepurik, however. Stepurik's pass intercepted. Back to Hemington. Now to Hermanson. To Nagash. Good move by Nagash, trying to work his way in now to Medina Beltran. The 18-yard stripe now to Garcia Barrios. Back to Nagash. Out it goes. Hemington. Service towards Oman, headed away by the Koalas. Back to Greensboro, though, at the center line. Throws to Hermanson. Back to Hemington. Greensboro applying the offensive pressure. Hemington's pass to Oman on the left is again redirected. Hermanson comes out to get it. Taken away by Abril, headed by Garcia Barrios. Greensboro with it again. Long feed to Garcia Barrios in the near right corner. Just in front of the flag, and a whistle here. I think it's going to be a foul on Garcia Barrios. Under 20 minutes to go first half. Pride with a 2-0 lead. Goals by Sergio Garcia Barrios and then an own goal. Correa trying to get it back to Huff. And Huff was out of position and the ball rolled in. Free kick headed away by Hermanson. Long run to be settled down by Hernandez. Sends this one in towards the box, headed by Frost. It goes out of bounds. Just to the right, shooter's right of the net. So a corner here. It'll be Puntana. 18:10 to go. Puntana sends it in. Low liner turned away by Hall easily, but it will go right back out of bounds. So a second consecutive corner for Columbia. This one a little bit higher to the left-hand side of the box. It will go out of bounds, and it will be a goal kick for Greensboro, as nobody touched the feed from Puntana. 17:30 to play first half. Hermosa to send it away. Deanna couldn't quite get contact on the header. It's going to be Hermanson returning a volley back and forth. Now Greensboro trying to get it going. Deanna knocks through his defender, and a tackle here. Garcia Barrios takes down his defender. Takes down Correa. It'll be a foul on Garcia Barrios. 5 fouls per side. And a whistle here. Oh, that's what, yeah, there's our third referee. That is the reason for the stoppage here, so the officials can kind of change up some assignments. $16:37 to go. And on the free kick, here come the Koalas. Now we're back in action with a full contingent of officials. Header fought for by Puntana. Back to Correa. Correa sends this one in, headed away by Nagash. and a whistle. There was contact between Nagash and trying to see the number. There's that 9. Dennis. And so that'll be a foul. Greensboro sends it up the near side. Here's Dross to Deanna. Deanna sends this one in the air to Garcia Barrios. Out of bounds, down the hill, and far away. That'll be a nice little jog to get to that one. Dross working around his defender. Check that. Hemington around his defender. Hemington and Brill involved in a little bit of arm tangle. Guadagno sends it away after the Greensboro foul. Pass across to Smith, back to Guadagno. Guadagno, long feed, trying to get into the corner to Andrusetti. Andrusetti wins the foot race with Nagash. It goes out of bounds. Greensboro has a bunch of substitutions coming. Edry and Ghazenfari and Goldsberry. Medina Beltran, Oman, and Garcia Barrios checking out.
Into the game for Greensboro, number 4, Tyler Ghazenfari. Number 34, Rory Edry. And number 23, Elias Goldsberry.
So it'll be a throw in for Nagash. Looking for Deanna, who heads it, and we have another stoppage. A foul. And they're going to send it all the way back. I think it was not spotted in the correct location. They're moving Dross back on the near boundary. He sends it back to Hermosa. Hermosa back to Dross. Dross working in front of his own bench. Long feed up ahead to Deanna. It's going to be headed away, however, and Huff is going to grab the carom. Huff has made 1 save on 3 opportunities. Hermosa, no saves on no chances. Huff with a high punt. Headed away by Hemington. But taken by the Koalas. Sends this one up the far sideline. And out of bounds it goes. Substitutions coming here. Max Avila about to check in. As well as Mats Saufelder. Coming out is Correa. Also checking out is Smith. Dross with it, sends it out to the middle. Headed away by the Koalas. Once again, Columbia wanting a foul they don't get. Here comes Deanna. Tried to get between 2 defenders, did for a moment. Passes this one ahead to Nagash. Long feed up ahead to Ghazenfari. Deanna goes down, and it's going to be kicked out of bounds by Guadagno. 12 minutes, 10 seconds to go, first half. Nagash throws it into Hemington. Hemington trying to get around his defender. Out of bounds it goes. Thrown in by Dennis. Dennis to Andrusetti. Long feed up ahead. High bounce. Headed away by Hermosa. To Hemington. To Hermanson, rather. Goldsberry to Hermanson. And a turnover. Racing down the far side and kicked out of bounds off of Hall. Frost with the pass. Here comes the long shot, and bicycle missed. And Ghazenfari with it tries to clear, kicked out of bounds by Avila. Greensboro to throw in. Nagash to throw in. 11 minutes to go first half. Throws to Deanna. Little flick over the head, looking for Ori Edry. Instead, it's going to go back to Zelfelder. To Hemington. Hemington to Hermanson, headed by Deanna. It's going to be a foot race here. Ghazenfari trying to get to it. Avila to Puntana. Nagash with it, looking for some help. Instead finds Guadagno. Working near boundary in front of the Columbia bench. Guadagno trying to pass up ahead off of the arm of Nagash. It'll be stay with the Koalas, now pass over to the middle. Southfelder. Long feed up ahead, headed by Dennis. Foot race to the far boundary, goes out of bounds. Possession to Greensboro. Pride to throw in. 10 minutes to go first half. Greensboro on the plus side of a 2-0 score. Hermanson header. Possession Andrusetti. This one spinning around in the air, headed away by Hall. Sends this one up back to the center line. It's going to be taken by the Koalas back to goalkeeper Nathan Huff. Huff, long feed. This one going to go out of bounds too far for his intended target. 9:30 to play. What's at stake? Obviously, still 3 more non-conference games to be played this season. However, with a Greensboro win, they would assure their first non-losing conference schedule since 2020. Zalfelder down. Was going for a header there, grabbing at his back. I was concerned about his arm there at first. He gets up. Foul on Greensboro. It'll be Columbia ball. Yeah, if the Pride win today, the worst they can do in their non-conference slate would be 4-4-1. Feed up ahead to Putana. Long feed up ahead. Down goes Dennis. Taken out by Max Hall. Dennis down. There was contact there to the next. To the left of the box. It'll be a yellow card there to Hall. So for Max this year, that is his first yellow. Dennis penalty kick here coming. Hermosa ready for it. And this one is just off of the fingertips of Alvaro Hermosa. Dennis with the goal. Opponents 1 for 1 on penalty kicks against the Pride this year. It is now 2-1 score. That goal coming late in the first, 8:12 to play. Deanna checks back in, or was adjusting the wrapping on his shoulder. Here's Hermanson. Hermanson's long feed up ahead, turned aside. Here comes Deanna with it. Coming up the other way. Hemington knocks it towards the far boundary, kept in by the Koalas. Possession fought for. Drost now to Hemington, working the middle of the pitch. Pass up ahead. Southfelder with it. Working the near side now is Guadagno. Long feed up ahead to Pintana. And out of bounds. This one goes out of bounds right in front of the Columbia bench. I don't know, maybe it's just me. I always thought of koalas as being quiet animals, but this is a rambunctious crew here to our right, in a good way. We enjoy the energy here. Huff comes out to grab the spinning ball. He will look to punt it away. Under 7 to go, first half. Pride lead is now 1. Drost trying to settle it. Was looking for Ghazenfari. Ghazenfari had vacated the area. Sent back now by Guadagno to Huff. Passes it to the right back. That is Zalfelder. Greensboro with possession. Nope, taken by Columbia. They'll throw it in. Back to the center line. They continue to pass on the far wing. Long feed up ahead. Opportunity here for the Koalas, except Kale Hermanson gets in the way of it. Chipped off of Goldsberry. Did it get off of his defender? That's the question. It's who touched it last. Nagash will check in. Axel Garcia Avila rather checking in. Nagash comes out. Greensboro throws in. Stupuric was looking for Deanna, but instead headed the other way. Possession fought for by Ghazenfari, but it's going to be settled down by Avila. Well, it's going to be a foul on Greensboro. Andrusetti to Avila, and kicked out of bounds off of the foot of Ghazenfari. Pass into the corner now, sending it to the left side of the box. Greensboro turns it aside. Avila has his pass blocked and a long feed down the other way to Huff, who will scoop it up before rolling this out to Zalfelder. Long pass. Header missed by Drost, trying to settle it down in front of the box is Dennis. It goes out of bounds. Ghazenfari thought it was his. Dennis said, no, it's ours, and the official agrees. Columbia to throw in. Headed back towards the left side of the net, left post. Dennis trying to work around Ghazenfari. Out of bounds it goes. 4.5. There's a block out in front. Goldsberry sends this up ahead. Out of bounds it goes. If it was a pass, I'm not sure who it was to. If it was a shot, it was off the mark. Long crossing pass here right in front of the Greensboro bench. Avila sending it to the middle. That's Abril with it. Back to Dennis, back to Abril, back to Dennis. Dennis trying to work his way in. Gets around one defender. Can't get past Hemington, however. Greensboro trying to push the issue a little bit. Hemington's pass to Deanna intercepted and knocked out of bounds from Andrusetti. Ghazenfari to throw in. Long feed up ahead to Goldsberry. This could be a good look, except it gets too far out in front of him. Huff will settle it instead. If Goldsberry had kept that a little bit closer to him, might have had a good look. Long feed up ahead, settled down by Drost to Garcia Avila. Axel Garcia Avila trying to work between three defenders, finds Ori Edry. Edry back to Gazanfari in front of the Greensboro bench. Gazanfari, long crossing pass there. Header missed and settled there by Goldsberry. Goldsberry trying to work to the middle. He's got one touch there. Looking for Deanna. It's intercepted. Stepurik overruns it. Back to the center line, back to Dross. Almost a great look there for the Pride. Just couldn't connect on the final pass. Hermanson, his pass intercepted by Avila. Now back it goes to Abril. Abril to Avila. To Andresetti. To Madrid. Fed on up ahead to Frost. Frost working far sideline. Sends it back across the center. And works its way over here to Guadagno. Guadagno, long pass up ahead to nobody in particular other than Gazanfari. To Hermanson. Greensboro's back line content to play catch amongst themselves for a moment. Dross, a long feed up ahead. Garcia Avila trying to chase down Avila. And instead it's going to be Huff coming out to get it to Max Avila. Saufelder sends this one up ahead. Gazanfari settles it, sends it back up. Deanna trying to get around a couple defenders, and we have a whistle. A foul, I believe, on Guadagno. Minute and a half to play first half. Hermanson ready to put this one back in play. Final 70 seconds of the first half. Pride lead by 1. Kale Hermanson chips this one in, headed away by the Koalas. Goldsberry trying to get possession back, though. He does on the far boundary. Nice move by Elias Goldsberry. Now working towards the far right flag. Doing yeoman's work there, trying to hang on to possession and work his way through 1, 2, 3 purple jerseys. 30 seconds to go. Greensboro's going to try for one last push. It'll be out of bounds. Greensboro throw in. That's Hall. Headed by Hermanson, taken away by the Koalas. Headed by Stepurik. Coming down to the final 10 seconds. Team still trying to fight for it. Edry. Edry, pass intercepted, cleared again. Headed, now a long feed up ahead by the Koalas. That will do it for the first half. Greensboro jumps out to a 2-0 lead thanks to an early goal from Sergio Garcia, for a header from Gustav Omen and an own goal, and then a penalty goal from Dennis. Makes it 2-1 your score. 45 minutes in the books here on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Every college athlete has a story to tell, and at Greensboro College, we believe no one is better equipped to tell those stories than the athletes themselves. On the Getting to Know podcast, you'll hear the who, what, when, where, why, and how of each college athlete's journey to Greensboro and how they became a member of the Pride. We talk on and off the field, influences, hobbies, goals, and what it means to be a member of the Pride. It's all on the Getting to Know podcast on Spotify and YouTube.
You know, I just really felt like I was a person, you know, and they really cared about you, not only as like an athlete, but, you know, as an individual as well. And so that was one of the things that like led me here, honestly.
The Getting to Know podcast from Greensboro College Athletics. We are one pride, and these are our stories. Halftime here at Pride Field. Greensboro College leading it 2-1 over the Columbia College Koalas of South Carolina. Let's take a look at what else is going on around USA South competition. Late in the second half, Southern Virginia finally with a goal against Johnston and Wales. They lead at 1-0 in that one. It was a penalty kick from Tate Hickman that's given the Knights a 1-0 lead. Late in the first half, Methodist and Shaw, no score in that one. Still to come this evening, Randolph and Pfeiffer beginning in about 15 minutes. Again, the Pride leading it by a score of 2-1 here at Pride Field. We'll step aside when we come back. A little preview of women's soccer tonight. We'll talk to Coach Mike Johnston. That'll be part of the pregame show for the women's game, but just a little sneak peek of that conversation coming up here in just a little bit on the Greensboro College Sports Network. And we wrap up the Pride pregame show, as always, with head coach Mike Johnston. And, Coach, how much of this weekend do you learn from, and how much of that do you just flush away?
I think a little bit of both, right? Obviously, we haven't been in too many situations before where we gave up such a high amount of goals on the number of shots. And, we had a great film session yesterday, and we talked about why we're giving up those goals and how to prevent some of those running from the midfield. But I would say, I think yesterday was probably one of our best training sessions of the year. I mean, the girls were locked in. They were on point. The film session was really, really good. I've seen a lot of the girls today. The mood is upbeat. And, we talk about, one weekend doesn't beat you, right? And we schedule games like Roanoke, Berry, Guilford tonight to get us ready for conference. And, that's what we've always used it as. We're not going to shy away from playing anybody. I mean, Berry's a team that, lost to Emory, who's a national semifinalist last year, 2-1, right? So we're not going to shy away from playing those games. We're going to play them every year that we're here. And I think we're going to make those games make us better.
Outshot 42-6 over the weekend. How do you spend less time on the defensive side of the pitch and be able to get more pressure offensively?
I think a lot of it starts in possession. We have to hold the ball. And obviously, you and I were just chatting off camera. We've had a couple key pieces out. And we've just got to be able to adapt, right? It's next man up mentality. And I think one of the things we have to do is we've got to be patient. We've got to be able to keep it in possession and see if we can get forward. Again, training was good yesterday. We spent a lot of time working on that. And I think it all starts with possession, right? I mean, soccer is a simple game when you look at we have the ball, they don't, and we just have to keep it. I think we made some bad decisions this weekend and in critical moments in terms of giving the ball away. And we'll train it and we'll get better and hopefully we see results tonight.
Obviously, a tough weekend for Cheyenne Hansen in goal. You can break down the tape a little bit, and without assigning blame here or there, I think it's safe to say not everything was on her this weekend, whether for one reason or another. How do you get her back on track tonight?
So Cheyenne and I actually met individually, had a really great meeting. We watched the tape, we watched every goal. She's very, very driven, right? And one of the things we talk about with goalkeepers is next play, next rep, next opportunity. And I know it's cliche, but that's how it has to be, right? One of my favorite quotes is by Michael Jordan. It says he's missed over 9,000 shots, and that's why he made the game winners he did. So I think you got to flush it. You learn from it. You fix your mistakes. Had a great goalkeeper-specific session yesterday before practice, actually, with Cheyenne and Carlisle. And I think we flush it and we go on and we learn from it.
Seemed to be a little bit of miscommunication sometimes amongst the forwards on passing, especially once they started to get something going offensively, whether they thought somebody was out of position or expected someone to be there and they weren't. Is that just something that just takes reps for them to get used to playing with each other?
I think it's a combination of reps, young team, and then people playing out of position because we've had to move some people around with the key injuries that we have, right? So I think it's a combination of both. Again, those are things we identified on tape and things that we'll look to exploit tonight. I think it's a little bit of both.
You mentioned the injuries. Are there any updates?
Yeah, no updates for tonight. I mean, we're still missing Kendall Cam. She's out, obviously a critical part of what we do. But it's next man up mentality. We've got players that can step into that role and serve us the same way that she does. And again, I think that each game is an opportunity for improvement and growth, and I think tonight provides us that.
We were talking the last pregame about Marcondes and how she seems to be so close to picking up that first goal. And I think we're just going to keep saying that over and over again until it happens. But I was doing some math a little while ago, leading your team in minutes. In fact, out of the entire season so far, she's played 90% of all possible minutes this year.
Yeah, I mean, I can't. One of the things I'm really happy about with this year's group is we just have 26 outstanding humans. And Cam fits into that category. And I think Cam is so infectious for us because she's a remarkable leader for her age. She is a wonderful person to be around. I mean, everybody loves Cam. And she lifts us with her work rate. I mean, I don't have to tell you, you've watched every minute we've played this year. And, Cam's work rate is off the charts. And we've talked about, can we raise our level as a team to mirror that? And it's almost like if we can raise our level and everybody works as Cam, I think we have a chance to go a long way this year, right? So I think I know we said last pregame too, I think it's going to come, right? I think it's going to come. We've told her not to press. We've told her to take what the opposition gives you. We've told her to keep involving others. I think Cam is one of the most unselfish players I've ever coached. And we've got to get her to add that little bit of element of selfishness in the attacking third. I think if we can do that, the sky's the limit.
Three more for you, Coach, as we start to bring it back home. You don't need me to tell you how important it is, the Davidson series, or the Guilford series. Sorry, I was working on some Davidson notes for football. No, you don't need me to tell you about how important the Guilford series is. 3 straight losses against the Quakers. What does it mean to get to try to get this win tonight?
I think it would mean everything, right? It's the Battle of Greensboro. And we know their players know our players. We recruit the same kids. We play against each other every year. We watch each other every year and follow each other. I think it's important. But at the end of the day, what we've told our players is it's still a game. We want to get a result in a game, despite the opponent. I think that Guilford just amps it up a little bit, right? So I think it'll be a fun game. It'll be competitive. Two very well coached teams, I think, and I think it's going to be fun.
And obviously, you have a couple Guilford transfers here on your squad that certainly they're going to be playing with a little bit extra here tonight as well. What are we going to see from this Guilford team?
Yeah, I think they play a little bit different than they did last year. They're a little bit more direct. They pack the midfield. They play 6 in their midfield. So they'll look to condense it and kind of possess in midfield and kind of impose their will. Everything they do goes through their defensive midfielders, who are very, very good. And I think we have to limit some of that, maybe limit their transition. And I think if we do that, I like our chances.
All right, well, I was going to ask you keys to the game, but I feel like that's probably a big one right there.
Yeah, I think that. And then the other key I would say is I think we just need to relax. We need to get back to playing Greensboro College soccer. And what we reminded the girls is we won a big time game 7 days ago on this field against Johnston and Wales, who turned around and beat NC Wesleyan this weekend, right? So we reminded them that, like, listen, we're still 3-2-1. We've had a really good start to the season. Like, let's elevate that tonight.
Thanks so much. Best of luck.
Yeah, thanks, Kendrick.
Greensboro College women's soccer looking to get the win tonight and make it 4-for-4 against Guilford this fall.
Team's getting ready to get the second half underway. Why don't we take a look at the first half numbers for Greensboro and Columbia? Shots go 6-2 to the Pride. Shots on goal 3-1 to Greensboro. Corners go to the Koalas 2-1. Fouls 8 for the Pride, 7 for the Koalas. Offsides 2 for Columbia. Individual leaders, 2 shots and a shot on goal. That is a goal for Dennis of the Koalas. And Huff, the goalkeeper, faced 3 shots, saved 1. For Greensboro, Kale Hermanson with a couple of shots. Elkabis, Deanna also with shots. Gustav Omen had one that went on net. It was a header. It was a score. Greensboro's other goal, an own goal. That came a couple minutes later. Pride had a 2-0 lead after about 7 minutes of play. And only until about the final 10 minutes or so. And that's when the score changed to 2-1 to where it is now. Assist, by the way, to Sergio Garcia Barrios. You'll remember in the first half, El Cabas walked off at one point, grimacing, grabbing at his right knee, which is now in a athletic brace, but he is back out on the pitch to start the second half. So certainly good to see Elkabis back out there, albeit with a little bit of extra gear on that right leg. Ready to go here in the second half. Well, I said the sun wasn't going to be a problem today, and as soon as I said that in the first half, now we are kind of squinting into the sun a little bit. As this already thrown out of bounds, or sent out of bounds. Greensboro will throw it in. That was Nagash, headed away by Columbia. Greensboro takes it, though. Medina Beltran has it taken away. Pushing the issue is Columbia. Now Jack Frost feeds this one to the right of the box. Fontana has it taken away by Elkabis, and now a late whistle. And it'll be a free kick here for Jared Hernandez, poking this one to Dennis. I think Hernandez thought we were starting. No, it's a free kick here for Dennis. Now we're ready to go. Dennis with the free kick. Sends this one in. Turned aside by Elkabus. And it will go out of bounds. It'll be a corner here. The Columbia team very ecstatic about it being a handball. They don't get the call. So Puntana now in the corner. Service sent in towards the box, headed away by Gustav Omen. It'll be a foot race that is won by Jared Hernandez. Medina Beltran with him. It'll go out of bounds now. No, Nagash will save it. But it will go out of bounds. 43 minutes to play. Greensboro leads by 1. This one thrown in to the left of the box. A couple players have fallen down in that location. Deanna with it, though. He's looking for a little bit of help, and he will find it. Long feed up ahead. Gustav Omen headed back to Hall. Hall will throw it on up ahead to Hernandez. Hernandez crossing the center line, passing to Frost right in front of the Columbia bench. Frost a foot race with Elkabus. Frost gets past him. This one shot in, or a pass in, rather, across the box, turned aside by Hemington. Back to Elkabus, rather. To Puntana. And not able to save it from going out of bounds was Frost. Greensboro ball. Elkabus to throw in. Elkabus throws it to Omen, who heads it to Hernandez. Greensboro with it for a moment, but Deanna cannot keep it in bounds. Passed it between the legs of Hernandez. Hernandez throws it in. Madrid with it. It goes out of bounds. And again, a throw in by the Koalas. Hernandez throws this one in. Headed away by Andersetti. Medina Beltran working on him, takes it away. Was looking for Hermanson, taken away now by Dennis, and that one's a save by Hermosa. Alvaro Hermosa with his first save. And Hermosa punting it away. A lot of distance on this one. It's going to go out of bounds off of the leg. See the number over there. Maybe it was Dennis. Hermanson with it. Greensboro on the throw in. Hermanson tripped up. It's taken away by the Koalas. Long feed up ahead. Elkabus with the header. Puntana with it, working around Hemington. That pass towards the corner to, is it Malik Kimball over there? Sent out of bounds. And it will be Koala's throw in. Yes, it is Malik Kimball. Over there with possession. This one's sent in, and Hermosa will snag it on a hop. 40 minutes to play. Greensboro trying to work with it. That back line now. Hermanson to Nagash goes out of bounds. Off of a Columbia foot. Up ahead to Deanna. Instead, it's going to be headed away again by Columbia. And out of bounds, Greensboro to throw in. Nagash to throw in. Fed on up ahead to Deanna, trying to settle it. Keeps it from going out of bounds, now trying to work through a couple defenders. Did for a moment, but not able to make it stick. Was Jay Deanna, now Hermanson with it, and a whistle. Greensboro foul. Long feed up ahead. Frost, nice pass to Dennis off of the header. Dennis now up at the near boundary on the right. Looking for some help. In between the legs of Omen, now to Frost. Frost looking for Puntana. Taken away by Medina Beltran for a moment. Medina Beltran goes down, whistle. Foul on Abner Madrid. Columbia saying they got all ball, and I have to say I think I agree with them. Greensboro catching a little bit of a break there. Stupuric, a strong boot up ahead. Deanna will try to settle. Sends this one to Omen. Back to Deanna, turned aside. And a shoulder there from Kale Hermanson. Yep, he's going to get called with the foul. Led with the shoulder into the back of the numbers. Andrew Setti goes down. Another free kick here for Columbia. Guadagno. 37:50 to play. Guadagno sends this one high to the right. Headed by Frost. Cleared by Hermanson, out of bounds. Thrown in, taken away by Hermanson. Looking for Stupuric. No, Dennis has a chance. On the ground, saved by Hermosa. Well, Dennis has 3 of Columbia's 4 shots now today. Sent on up ahead. The far boundary. Taken away by Puntana. Across the back line, it goes Alfelder. Back to Huff. Huff sends this one up ahead, headed by Stupuric for a moment. Kimball had it. Now going up the far side comes Columbia until it's taken and kicked out of bounds by Garcia Barrios. Shot blocked there by Madrid. Cleared there by Nagash. It will go out of bounds into the bleachers. Thrown in by Columbia. Greensboro playing some stifling defense just to the left of the box. Cleared there and again out of bounds. Will be another Koalas throw in. Out of bounds and wash, rinse, and repeat. Columbia to throw in. 10 minutes into the second half. Oh, not a throw in, excuse me. It'll be a Greensboro foul leading to a free kick. Thought it was out of bounds over there. Service into the box, turned aside by Stupuric, who is now down. There is a whistle. Stupuric kind of landed awkwardly there, is still laying down on the ground. Good job to go out and clear that one. And he is up. He is seemingly good to go.
Yeah, we'll have a 12-minute delay.
Hermosa to square it up. He does send it up now. Header missed by Deanna. Omen to Garcia Barrios. This one's sent on up ahead. A couple of headers here by the Koalas. Greensboro trying to move it further up, but it's going to be sent the other way. This ball going out of bounds right at the center line. Greensboro to throw in. Nagash on the throw in, looking for Omen. Instead, pinballing around between a couple of Koalas. Now a long feed across to Hernandez. He'll send this up ahead to Dennis. Dennis racing for it. Dennis, high shot out of bounds. Dennis ends up on his head.
You'd be screaming as well, so don't give me that.
That goes out of bounds. Dennis has been the big offensive threat for Columbia today. Goal kick for Hermosa. Hermosa ready to send it skyward, which he does. Crossing the center line, header missed by about 5 players. Deanna trying to get to it, it goes out of bounds. Thrown in, or to be thrown in here by Hernandez. And out of bounds again. This time Frost. Overthrowing Dennis, Kale Hermanson's going to get to it. And a whistle will be a free kick here for Hermanson. Or Stupuric, rather, will be the one to do it. Back to Hermosa, back to Stupuric. Sends this up ahead. Hemington missed it. Deanna with it. Little chip back to Hemington. Taken away by Hernandez. Headed by Stupuric to Frost. Frost, quick touch pass. Kale Hermanson clears. Headed by Guadagno in the middle. Back and forth, couple headers go. Team still trading touches back and forth around the center line. Neither team getting more than about 2 touches in a row. Now to be Garcia Barrios with it, trying to get through his defenders. Backs out. And at least for the moment, has a little bit of a lane. Was looking for Medina Beltran, too far out in front. Greensboro maintains possession. Elkabis to Hermanson. Oh, almost a nice pass, but just a little bit off the mark. And turned aside. Turnover there on, well, it'll be a foul on Medina Beltran. Medina Beltran sent Andresetti down to the ground. Here comes Dennis getting past Elkabis, but Hermanson now to Oman. Gustav Oman sends it back to Stupuric. Long feed up ahead, a foot race. Avila cannot get to it. It goes out of bounds. Substitution coming here. Andre Sabril will check in. Abner Madrid comes out. 30-50 left on the clock. Pride nursing a 1-goal lead. They lead, or actually shots are now tied at 6. Shots on goal also tied at 3. Corners go 3-1 to Columbia. That one headed out of bounds. Greensboro to throw in. This game started 17 minutes late.
I think I'm going to go in at 6:30. I'm going to go ahead and go in. I'll give you the mic so you can just do the 10-second or 1 minute, 10 seconds.
This one is thrown down the sideline. Deanna tries to get to it, can't quite. It goes out of bounds off of Columbia. Greensboro making a substitution. Gustav Oman checks out. Elias Goldsberry will come in. Possession fought for on the far wing. Greensboro with it for a moment. Good pass. Medina Beltran to Goldsberry. Elias Goldsberry with it, trying to work their way to the left-hand side. There's a Greensboro player down, but Goldsberry still with possession, working his way to the near left flag. Now to Elkabis. Greensboro player still down. I think this may be more of a serious situation. Both players on both sides are yelling for an official to come out and help. And, yeah, players on both teams were saying, hey, we need some help. So we're going to step aside during this injury timeout. Greensboro leads 2-1 on the Greensboro College Sports Network. So the player injured was Jay Deanna. Corey Edry was about to check in now. Oh, Goldsberry, nice move getting around his defender. Elias Goldsberry working the far side. Goldsberry now pushed off by his defender, now splits the two. We continue to play on the turnover. Now taken back the other way by Hermanson. Kale Hermanson is tripped up in front. Shot there is saved. Shot by Hemington. So 28:30 to play, and obviously very unhappy with a couple of non-calls there as the Greensboro head coach. And there's going to be a call the other way, however. So penalty or a foul on Greensboro. Stoppage here. It'll be a free kick for the Koalas. Neither side looked like a substitution coming.
Sports Info has forfeited the rest of the game, so therefore
28 minutes to play. And a yellow card has been shown here to the Greensboro head coach.
You're not going to have that much time. You've got to sort out your first touch and move the ball. 3 touches ain't going to cut it.
So we'll
It's got to be touch area.
get ready to go again after that delay. So second yellow of the day shown to Greensboro, one to Hall and one to Coach Weinshank. This one cleared out from amongst the front of the box. It's going to be Garcia Barrios sending this one on up ahead. Foot race taken by the Koalas. Thought Deanna was there for a moment, but it's going to go the other way. Kimball sneaking past a couple white jerseys and out of bounds. Columbia throws in, headed away by Greensboro, right back from where it came. Again, headed away. Teams trading headers now. Hermanson tries to put a little extra oomph on that one. And it's going to be settled by Abril. Abril to Hernandez. To Zaufelder. Taken away by Stupurik towards the Columbia bench, up and out of bounds. 27 minutes to play. Pride still lead by 1. Greensboro has outshot by 1. Nani Michael checks in. Throw in from Hernandez. Long throw. Stupurik will grab it. Stupurik tries to feed it to Goldsberry, but misfires. And this one is knocked out of bounds by Elkabus. It'll be a throw in just off of the near right flag. Throw in from Putania, headed high. Hermosa gets it. Alvaro Hermosa will punt this one away. Deanna racing for it. Zaufelder coming down with it, or at least for the moment, it goes out of bounds. Possession to Columbia. Hernandez to throw in. Back towards Huff, the goalkeeper. Cleared, running to the near side, or to the far side, now finally settled. Michael to Kimball up ahead. Hermosa trying to get to it, and he finally will. Almost a little hairy moment if Hermosa and Elkabus collided there. Would have left a wide open net. Hermosa to Stupurik. He's got to get rid of this one quickly. He does to Elkabus. Elkabus trying to push the issue back to the middle of the pitch. Instead, we'll send it back to the near boundary and Stupurik. Stupurik, long feed up ahead. Header missed by both Garcia Barrios and Avila. Don't worry about that one. Headed down the far side. "25 minutes to play. Greensboro will throw in on the far boundary. Sent on up ahead, Deanna with it. Deanna trying to turn the corner. Instead, he's going to have it taken away. Kyle Hermanson almost with another takeaway. It's going to go up ahead now to Michael. Elkabis gets a foot on it, but Hernandez will settle right in front of his bench. Trying to race past Kyle Hermanson. Now it's going to go back and forth between the defenders. Graduate student Guadagno with it. Guadagno far sideline to Avila. Avila's long feet up ahead. Drost trying to get to it. He does take it away. Gets past one defender. On up ahead to Garcia Barrios. It will go out of bounds. Again, Deanna is down. And clock is stopped again at 23:44. We'll step aside. Well, hang on. Deanna's sitting up and is getting up. So checking in now for the Koalas, Marco Novellino. Checking in, Jack Frost comes out. I think Deanna about to check out also. Ori Edry's coming in. So Edry in, 23:44 to play. Thrown in on the far boundary, headed there by Nagash. Medina Beltran missed on the pass attempt. It's going to go back the other way. And Elkabis missed as well, trying to clear that one. He gets a second chance and does not miss. Clears it out of bounds, 23:30 to play. Jacob Medeiros will check in. This one headed in front of the box, cleared away by Nagash. Greensboro going to clear this one out of bounds. And the Koalas to throw in. Up past the center mark. And cleared away again. Sent further down, left side of the box. Racing for it, it goes out of bounds. It will be a goal kick here for Hermosa. 22:30 to play. Hermosa to send this one away. Pride still lead by 1. Hermosa boots it away. It's going to cross the center line. Teams alternating touches. Kyle Hermanson a header. Medina Beltran with it. He's going to have it taken away. Hemmington now sends it towards the far boundary. A foot race won by Garcia Barrios, but unfortunately wins it out of bounds. 21:50 to play. Greensboro throws it in. Hemmington. Long feed up ahead to Goldsberry. Goldsberry trying to win it. Goldsberry with the settle. This one could be interesting. Oh, off the top of the bar. Did it go in? Greensboro saying they scored. So far, no whistle. And now they're going to give him a goal. I believe Elias Goldsberry just picked up his first goal. Elias Goldsberry, the freshman from Jacksonville, Florida, with his first collegiate goal. That one a carom off of a defender, a high bounce over Huff. And it goes in. Greensboro with a 3-1 lead. Now a couple of koalas arguing with the officials. And so Greensboro now builds that lead back up to 2. That goal coming at 21-21. It's now 3-1 Greensboro. So a little bit more comfort here for the Pride. Headed away there by Dross. Kimball. Back to Hernandez, but Goldsberry is going to outrace him. Good slide tackle there by Hernandez, but he's going to get a lot of Goldsberry as well. Looked good at first, but out of bounds it goes. Both teams fighting for position on the near boundary, out of bounds. Both teams pointing at themselves, saying it's our ball. Greensboro to throw in. Elkabus. He's got Goldsberry in front of him down the boundary. Edry now coming out in front to his right. A couple other options as well. Instead, he goes in the middle of 4. Koalas looking for Hermanson. It's going to be turned over. Greensboro, though, will settle it in the middle third. Well, thought they were going to. They're going to send it back to Hermosa. Alvaro Hermosa, long feed, right-hand side, the far wing. It's going to be another foot race for Garcia Barrios. He wins the foot race, puts on the brakes quickly, a little chip pass to Medina Beltran. And Greensboro in business again, Kale Hermanson. Hermanson to Dross. The back line again possessing it as they approach the offensive third. Dross, a little chip pass ahead to Nagash. Isak Nagash to the far flag, and it goes out of bounds. Greensboro, I think, going to have a corner here. It'll be Ori Edry setting up for the corner. Check that, Garcia Barrios setting up for the corner. Gustav Omen about to check back in. 19:20 to go. And, well, it was Garcia Barrios. Now they've switched again. It's Elias Goldsberry. Getting ready for the all clear. Greensboro with a 2-goal lead. Again, women's soccer against crosstown rival Guilford still to come this evening. As Goldsberry sends this one into the box. Headed and just wide. And we've got a whistle and a stoppage. Hernandez is down. I think they're saying a head injury. And so with that being said, obviously a scary situation, the right-hand side of the box. We'll get ready to step aside here in a minute. 18:43 to play in the first half with the clock stopped. And as he's being tended to, we will step aside here. Greensboro leads it 3-1 on the Greensboro College Sports Network. While the athletic training staff continuing to tend to the injured koala, that is number 14, Jared Hernandez. A reminder of what else is still coming up this evening. We're about 30 minutes away from volleyball getting back on the home court for the first time since August the 30th. Pride come into tonight's match 5-2. They take on USA South opponent Methodist for, again, we mentioned the first home match in, 3 weeks or so, and looking to bounce back after 2 tough losses this past weekend against ODAC opponents Lynchburg and Roanoke. Women's soccer still to come this evening as well, about 40-ish minutes following the conclusion of this match. They're still checking with Hernandez on the far sideline, and so, or on the far end line, that is, so we continue to wait out this injury break. But that's a look at what else is still coming up. Both of those games will be on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Just close out of this tab and open up the new one. There will be 2 available, one for women's soccer and one for volleyball. So just click on the one that you would like to watch when the pregame shows begin, and you're good to go. So we continue to wait out this timeout on the Greensboro College Sports Network. So, following the delay, they had to clean up a little bit of blood on the right-hand side of the box as well, shooter's right. We are ready to get things underway again, and it will be Columbia with the ball. They work down the far sideline. 18:36 remaining, and out of bounds. Pride to throw in. Apologies for a couple of technical issues here, but I think we're all squared away. 18:06 to go. And it will be the Koalas to throw in. Of course, during the rest of this game, or once volleyball starts, then of course in the women's game, we'll keep you updated on what else is going on. And we have another whistle, and this time Nagash is down to a knee. We continue to, yeah, Nagash getting up now. Hobbling a little bit, but getting up all the same, and it'll be a free kick for the Koalas. 17 minutes to play. Free kick sent in towards the left of the box. Chipped there. Hermosa will scoop it up. The redirect by Michael. Hermosa, long punt up ahead. Settled by Garcia Barrios, looking towards the middle. Looking for Edry, but cannot find him. Instead, coming up the other way now is Puntanga. And we have a whistle here. Touch there by Gebre Selassie. Sent in from Zilfelder, headed by Stipurik. Nagash will clear it. Foot race here, Gustav Oman trying to get there. It's going to be sent back the other way by the Koalas, working towards the middle of the pitch now. Back to Zilfelder. Long service towards the front of the box. Settled there. Greensboro's going to take it away, at least for a moment. Elkabis with it. Whiffed at his first pass or clear attempt. Connects on the second. It's headed out of bounds, however, by Gebre Selassie. Elkabis to throw in. 15.5 to go. This one a high throw in, headed the other way. Hermanson with it, well, for a moment at least. Raisin. And Greensboro trying to push the issue the other way. Garcia Barrios had it, lost it back to Puntanga. Puntanga with it, sending it towards the far boundary, going to be saved there. Long service in, headed high and well out of bounds off of the head of Medeiros. Elkabis down again and another stoppage at 14:43. Max Hall about to check back in. This time looks like a cramp. They're working on his other leg and they're stretching it out. So fortunately does not look to be the serious issue that he dealt with in the first half. That just looks like a cramp. He's told Max Hall that he is good. They're going to sub him anyways. So here comes Hall for Elkabis. Also coming in is Edry. Deanna will check back out. It'll be a goal kick here for Hermosa. 14:43 to play. Long feed up ahead by Hermosa. Over the head of Hall, goes straight out of bounds. Throw in here to Nico Para. Sent up ahead the other way. Here's an opportunity for Medeiros. Instead, going to be headed by Drost back to Hermosa. Drost with it, sends it across to Stipurik. And a stoppage. This time it is a Columbia player down next to Elias Goldsberry. This is Jackson Brown, I believe. And he appears to be in some discomfort at 13:54. Absolutely no pace to the second half whatsoever. We start, we stop, we start again, we stop again. Zilfelder and Jay Deanna helping Jackson Brown off. Appreciate the sportsmanship there from Deanna. Good nod there for the Greensboro freshman. $13:54 to play. Greensboro sending it in down towards the middle, looking for Deanna. It's going to be turned the other way. Fighting for possession right at the entrance to the Greensboro attacking zone. Gustav Oman trying to get to the loose ball, cannot. Racing the other way, here comes Avila. He's crossed the pitch all the way to the near side to Kimball. Gets past Max Hall. Good defense by Hall. It goes out of bounds, though, and it will stay with the Koalas. Kimball will toss to a teammate, now sent out of bounds. Let's give Race Lassie with it. But now out of bounds off of the Koalas, and Hall to throw. Hall winds up, headed by Deanna. Trying to get it to Oman. Instead, it's going to go the other way to Raisin. This is sent back. And fourth again. Dross with it. Just past the center line. Gustav Oman trying to get in between a couple of purple jerseys and is not going to win that battle. Andrechetti with it. Long feed towards the far right sideline. It's going to go out of bounds. 12.5 to go. Gabriel Selassie throws this one in to Medeiros. And out of bounds, it will be another Koala throw-in. Greensboro with possession. Here comes Hemington. Eddie Hemington working the middle, looking for Garcia Brios. Pass just a little bit off target. Sergio could not settle it. All he could do was redirect it. It will go out of bounds. 11:45 to play. Gabriel Selassie with it to Para. Turned over. Here comes Goldsberry to Hermanson. Hermanson trying to split the difference, looking for Deanna. Pass just a little bit too far, cleared by Huff. Headed away by Stepurik. Battle of the number 3, Stepurik to Hemington for a quick touch. Now to Hall. Hall trying to get it to Goldsberry. Goldsberry with a bluff, can't settle it. Here comes Hemington, though. Eddie Hemington, long feed up ahead to Garcia Barrios, but too far out in front of his intended target. Under 11 to play. Pride lead it by 2. Check on the goalkeepers. Alvaro Hermosa is now 2 of 3 in saves. Three of 5 is Huff. This one's sent in on Huff. He'll go up and make the catch. I think it was probably a pass to Kimball. Kimball trying to get past Hall. Knocked aside by Hemington. Foot race goes to Deanna. Headed by Hall. Foot race here. Hall trying to get to it and sends it hurtling out of bounds. Medeiros with him. 10:07 to play. Thrown in to Putanga. Nice move to get past Hermanson, although he ends up tripping, and that's going to be a foul. Gabriel Selassie with the free kick. kick curling left. Header opportunity. It's going to go off to the side of Hermosa. Hermosa was saying he didn't touch it. So it'll be a corner here. 9 minutes to go. Far right flag. And here comes the service. High. And the kick through the uprights, unfortunately, doesn't do anything for us here today. But a nice looking kick for Nico Para. I don't know if Columbia's got a football team, but if they need a kicker. Substitution here. Malik Kimball checks out. Coming in is a number I don't have on my roster, so who knows. Long pass up ahead. Deanna racing for it with Saufelder. That's going to go out of bounds. Hall throws it in. Garcia Barrios with it, sends it back. Hemington now. Hemington, long shot up, and I think that might also have been a good field goal in the world of American football. Doesn't do any good for today. And we play on at 7:30 to go. This one sent on up ahead over the head of Max Hall. Stupuric trying to settle it. Goes out of bounds off of Stupuric. Cabresa Lassie with it. He'll throw it in. Hall getting in the way of that pass. Cabresa Lassie with the header. Greensboro with possession. Hermanson keeping it away from Medeiros. Now a long feed up ahead. Okay. Yep. Apologize for the camera issues. We are still here getting that taken care of right now. 6:32 to play. And a foul called here on Kale Hermanson. It'll be a free kick for Columbia. 6:15 to go. Greensboro trying to push the issue. The Hall with contact. Gets past. Now up towards the center. Sergio Garcia Barrios with it now. Garcia Barrios looking for a little bit of help. Deanna with a quick touch. Now a nice feed to Goldsberry, left-hand side. Elias Goldsberry on the near side wing to Hall. Hall splits a couple defenders. Still with it. That one blocked off of near the face area of Gabriel Lassie. 4:56 to go. Looks like Goldsberry fixing his sock there. We're about ready to go. Hall's going to throw it in. Under 5 to go. Pride up 2. Hemington's going to check out. Job well done for him today. Medina Beltran came in. Here comes the throw from Hall. Headed there by Hermanson, but it's going to roll over the end line. Not a whole lot doing offensively for the Pride. It'll be a goal kick. Huff will pass it to his right back. Saufelder, this one going to go out of bounds off of the foot of Medeiros. Greensboro to throw in, 4th 3:30 to play. So the Pride looking to go to 4-1-2. This one goes to Deanna. Deanna puts a shoulder to Putanga. Deanna with it now. And out of bounds it goes.
On the concrete, yeah? Can't even see the pitch.
3:50 and counting. Jay Deanna, I think, is down again. And again, the clock is stopped. He's been down a couple of times here today. .43 to play. Deanna gets back up. Hobbling a little bit, but he is up. Hall will throw it in. This has been one of the longer soccer matches I think that we've had here in recent memory, at least as far as regulation goes with all the stoppages. Long feed up ahead, headed away, goes to Nagash. Sends it in on the box, but turned aside. Nobody was there. Stepurik with it. He'll send it back to Hermosa. Hermosa on the ground, off of the foot of a koala. Hermanson sends it further ahead now with a header. Garcia Barrios off target looking for Gustav Oman. Women's game hopefully beginning near 7:30, maybe a little bit after. Pride pregame beginning about 15 minutes till the start of the contest. Deanna with it, tries to settle it. Works right-hand side of the box, but taken away by the Koalas. Pride women looking to make it 4-for-4 for Greensboro College fall sports against Guilford. First it was volleyball picking up a victory, then men's soccer did it here on Pride Field. Football did it on the campus of Guilford in the Soup Bowl, 21-6. Now women's soccer gets their try at the Quakers here tonight. This one goes up and over the goal and the end line. 2:12 to go. Another cramp here. This looks like Gustav Ullman. Cramping a bit of an issue in the early going for Greensboro. Not a overly warm day. It's a comfortable day today, but Ullman stays in. Hermosa with a kick. Headed away. Ullman almost had it. Nagash with the header. Deanna in the area, but he'll let that one go. To the far side. This one's sent in on the box, turned aside by Stepurik towards the far flag. And Nagash will send it out of bounds. This will be a corner, far right. Service into the box. Header misses just off the mark. Was that the last great opportunity for Columbia? 1:15 to play. Clock stops for a substitution. Gustav Oman coming out. Ori Edry's going to check in. Reminder, the pregame show for women's soccer beginning 15 minutes to the start time of that contest, so hopefully around 7:20, 25, somewhere in that neighborhood. We will bring you pregame coverage of women's soccer. Hermosa sends this one out again. Header missed by a couple. One per side and another stop. A free kick, long feed up ahead. Wilson sends that one on up ahead. Now Maderos with it, trying to work on Nagash. He's got help now with Medina Beltran. Working through a couple defenders. Now Stepuric clears it. That's going to go out of bounds. 30 seconds left. Pride looking to secure a non-losing, non-conference season, which they would do with their fourth win here in a couple moments. Hermanson, long feed up ahead. Cleared there. Back to Hall. Hall missed it for a moment. Sends it back to Stepuric. 15 seconds left. Deanna. And that one will go out of bounds. And that should do it. Greensboro throws it in. Settled by Garcia, or by Edry. And Greensboro picks up a non-conference win number 4 with a 3-1 victory here this afternoon against Columbia. An interesting contest here as some stoppages. We were delayed almost 20 minutes with a missing official, if you will. So just trying to get all that figured out at the beginning. And Greensboro, though, once we finally got started, was able to get things going pretty quickly. A couple of scores early. A goal at 5:03. Gustav Omen, the header, made it 1-0, and then a shot, an own goal, made it 2-0 Greensboro before a late penalty kick by Matthias Dennis made it a 2-1 score at the break. Greensboro would add one by Elias Goldsberry in the second half. 3-1 your final score. Again, Greensboro improving to 4-1-2 on the 2025 year. Again, women's soccer still to come this afternoon, I guess this evening now at this point, as Coach Mike Johnston and company will look to take down Guilford here for the first time in a while. It has been all Quakers recently in that series, so Greensboro looking to change the narrative here this evening. One last look at what else is going on around the USA South before we call it an evening. Southern Virginia blanks Johnson and Wales 1-0, the final score in that one. Shaw on the road at Methodist. Randolph is on the road at Pfeiffer. Both of those games in progress right now. In the closing minutes, no score between Shaw and Methodist. About 4 minutes or so left in that one. Still early on between Randolph and Pfeiffer. No score there as well. Well, for the men's team, where do they head from here? They're going to go on the road on Saturday to take on LaGrange at 4 o'clock, and then on Wednesday on the road at Ferrum. Conference play beginning October the 1st against Brevard here at home at 6:30. Now we step aside. We get ready for the women's contest, scheduled to begin officially in 38 minutes. What does that do for us? About 7, we'll call it 7:35, the start time, which means that we'll be on the air with the Pride pregame at 7:20. That'll wrap everything up here for leg 1 of our doubleheader. Your final score, Greensboro College 3 and Columbia 1. A big thank you to all of our game day production, game day management, our director of student information, Stephen Weidenhouse, and everyone who helped make today possible, our athletic director, Jerry Fisk. That'll wrap up game number 1. I'm Kendrick Fruits, wishing you a green and white good night. Again, if you're checking in for the women's game, we are going to close this window, open a new one when Pride pregame begins for women's soccer. This has been a presentation of Greensboro College men's soccer on the Greensboro College Sports Network.